Another struggle stream that should be getting millions. This should get a trillion views. This everybody on the planet Earth should have to watch this. If you if you have US citizenship, you should have to partake in this conversation. Like everybody should have to watch this video. Um, it's just my thoughts. Now, if you seen the title and came to hear some type of homophobic rant or whatever, congratulations. You're not as marginalized or different as you think because you relate to negativity like everyone else does. And it's not what you're here for, but you should relax and take notes and listen. Now, um, because on the internet, I notice it's like a couple of things that if you look at people on the internet, you'll realize that people have this inherent need to feel smarter than people or be offended. Like when people like y'all notice this on the internet, it's always like, "See, you're dumb. Oh, what I said must have went over your head. Oh, that's why I know you're not smart." Like it's always like, "Yo, why can't you just be smart?" But then like if when it's a topic of, being like a man or like whatever, it's like a real man wouldn't have to say that he's this and that, but people always have to say they're smart. You notice that? And then people rush to be offended. Like it's weird on the internet. Like you can be triggered at your house. Now, so I was I think it was a Facebook video a few days ago. It was this girl senior night and her family was doing a haiku. Um I think they were Hawaiian. The fact that I don't fully know, the culture of it kind of goes to the point that I'm basically making. But her family was into it and people were sitting around. Look, there's a couple people like you flashed over and they were just kind of looking. She was in tears. Her family super duper into it, intense. Some more into it than others. Um, but that made me realize like it's things that people are passionate about that you don't even know about. They'd be offended if you say the wrong thing about it and you don't even know about it. But if you were to say that you didn't care, that would be offensive. But you really don't. It's a lot of things you do not care about. You can't say it, but you don't. This particular subject is something that is the reason why I dropped this link. I'm 6. All right, I don't plan on anybody joining, but they can. Um, because this is the topic that people don't just have without attacking or saying, "Oh, you." So it's a touchy subject for people. And then, um, we'll get to that in a second. What I was about to say, we'll ease into that. So we when people say, let's say it like this. When you're online, if you've been online and had a personality, sexuality, whatever you want to call um being gay. Because some people say it's sexuality, some people say it's lifestyle, whatever is the proper term. You will hear people saying, um, you misusing phobia. You've heard that debate, probably been in that debate. You might have been a person who said it or defended it. Why are you calling it phobia? Nobody's scared of you. The cliche, y'all know that one, right? So I realized something. People, it is a phobia. People are scared. They are. The LGBTQ plus community has been using that term correctly. And I mean that. I'm not joking or being wordplaying or anything. I mean that. I've been using that term correctly, but not for the reasons that you say. People are scared to lose their jobs, to get canceled. It's not really respect. A lot of the people who and people know better now, they know what not to say, and they know, listen, the people who feel the ways that you would call transphobic or homophobic that make a lot of money, you just never hear them talk about it. I've never listen, and if I'm wrong, somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. I want to be corrected on this, but I don't think I'm wrong. I've never heard LeBron James refer to Zaya Wade. I, I've never heard him refer to Zaya Wade as anything. I've never heard him speak on that subject. Never heard Tom Brady speak on the subject. A lot of people who make a lot of money don't touch this subject, and it's because they don't. It's how they feel, but they won't say it. They're scared. They're scared of what will happen to them. But that's not respect. It's not. Y'all know that it's not. You know what I'm saying? And like we have the topic, now I've seen this dude. It's the difference between free speech and hate speech. I think people make their own definitions now. Because now you can call someone being themselves hate speech. Because there's a lot of things that have been forced upon people. And listen, the idea of there being 72 genders. A lot of people who will not listen, this is what I'm saying. A lot of the sub conversations of homosexuality is what you will call someone phobic about. I be in Vegas a lot, so I be around all type of people. I don't there's nobody that would be around me and feel like, yo, he he he's uncomfortable with me because I'm trans or this and that and the third. But there's a lot of stuff that I will say that you will say that I'm some type of phobic. I promise you, because I don't believe in 72 genders. I'm sorry if that offends you. I don't, and you don't. I'm talking to people watching this, but this is a conversation that we can't have. We can have it if you click this link, but this is a conversation that we can't have. It's been forced upon us. Sexuality is one of the fastest views of America. You either accept the liberal ways or you're canceled. Now, are we saying discriminate against people? This, that? No, 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 no. But what I'm saying is that your sexuality shouldn't have to matter. A lot of what's going on in the trans community now that I've seen, some of the stuff with the women is dangerous because it's um people are now celebrating people not knowing and saying that, oh, you shouldn't have to disclose all these things. Well, maybe not, But once you start, you should listen. Once you become romantically involved with a person, you should want to disclose this for your safety. You should want to disclose this. It shouldn't be no game. Hennessy, Marie Olives, whatever that is, situation. Tricking guys and then doing the videos about it. No, 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 because there's a lot of people who have been unlived because of that. That'd be the main, that'd be the thing. You know what I'm saying? And some of the, I believe, somebody please tell me if I'm wrong, which I'm not. I believe that I seen some statistics that it said it's the most dangerous time to be trans. And then they brung up some rates of crimes that happen. The reason why, and nobody's going to justify crimes, right? Well, people will justify crime. People do it all the time, actually. But in this particular situation, but like I said, and I would hope that everybody would agree when they hear this. The only reason why those rates went up was because we could probably directly link that to how many more transitions were there. There's a lot more trans people than there were before. So I believe these numbers represent that. And a lot of what you see in um our culture of people just tricking people. Like who knows who Hope Giselle is? You want to know why you haven't seen Hope Giselle anymore? Because Hope Giselle didn't really want to represent the trans community ever. Not on a panel. Hope Giselle did that broadcast with Umar Johnson and the other guy. Respectfully, I don't even remember his name. Dewan. I remember his last name. But they tried to bring Hope Giselle back on. Umar wasn't gonna be there, but Dewan was. But now everybody knows who you are. And Hope Giselle didn't want to get on there. Dewan signed a contract. Oh, I ain't about to disrespect the pronouns or none of that. I just want to have a conversation. Hope Giselle says, well, how do I know that he's going to even honor that? Well, damn, it's just personal integrity and he's on a network. If I sign a contract to get on national TV and say that I'm not going to do something that millions of people would attack me for doing, then I ain't going to do it. Right? Wouldn't y'all think that if Dewan Brown or anybody that gets on Fox and say, I'm not going to misgender someone, you think they're gonna lie and just do that? That'll damn near be. That's kind of like career suicide for a guy in certain areas to get on and disrespect the LGBTQ plus community. And you think he was gonna actually do that? No, you don't want to get on no panel and represent what you really were. You wanted to be a cis woman, not a trans woman. You don't want to represent trans women. On that panel, Hope Giselle was not representing trans women. No. No. And Hope Giselle never wanted to represent trans women. Not in front of somebody that had any type of issue with it. Why is that? Why is that, Hope Giselle? And you want to know how I found this out? I'm like, yo, what happened to Hope Giselle? So I started typing some stuff in. Like, Hope Giselle. Where's Hope Giselle? Found that out. No, that's how I found out. I seen a panel with a couple of people. What was the name of that panel? I don't remember the name. This was a little while ago, probably like a month ago. Um, and this is what I'm saying. Let's go back to the 72 gender thing, and it's still the same conversation. There's homosexual men and women who have a problem with some of these conversations too. It's people in your community that have a problem with some of the trans conversation. One of the biggest issues for straight people is when it's really the only, not the only issue, but it's really like the biggest one. It's like the only one that needs to be addressed. And then everything else could be smoothed over once we like bottom line this here. You cannot tell a straight person what is straight. I even seen the term heterosex and someone else again. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please, please. I seen the term, and I'm not wrong about this. This you can't correct me about this. But correct me if I'm wrong about what I'm about to say after this. I seen the term heterosexual, and they described, they said even trans people. And I've never heard a trans person refer to themselves as heterosexual. As a matter of fact, that would make you not a member of the LGBT. You wouldn't be the T if you were heterosexual, right? Somebody tell me if I'm wrong about that. Somebody tell me if a trans person um can do that. I'm holding a 9-year prison sentence. I get swapped out, I guess. But that's either here or there. So, um, somebody tell me if that trans people don't call themselves that. You're the T. In LGB, the T is you. So you're not heterosexual. But that's one of the definitions. And this is why the conversation gets so confused because you got the people who I feel like it's a difference between gay people in real life and gay people online because there's a fence. I feel like like I said, my beliefs about some of this stuff, you would call me, oh, you're whatever phobic, asexual phobic. Yeah, because listen, I'm telling you, this is how I feel. If this is some type of phobic, then I gotta own it because this is how I feel. 70 of those things aren't a thing. And I mean that respectfully. If you let's break it down a couple of them. I don't know them all, but I know what it can be broken down to. A sapiosexual. Are you one of those? Okay, let me tell you what you are. You don't want to date a dummy. I don't want to date somebody stupid. Does it make me sapiosexual because I think women being smart is attractive? I think like you're not being stupid is attractive. I think like I seen like a video. They got like these viral videos going like of girls. They might be like strippers or whatever. They're always in like something really, really provocative, and they're asking them like math questions or they got to figure out a question, and they're answering it stupid. I'd rather have a fully dressed woman that's cute like her that can answer the questions correctly. Does that make me I'm just sapiosexual? No, I'm straight still, and I have that quality. So I don't think you can reduce yourself to one thing when that's not really who you are. Like, once again, please correct me if I'm wrong. If you're asexual, does that mean you just are attracted to people for who they are? Am I wrong about that? You just like people for who they are, right? Well, if you will date, if you're a man, if you're an asexual woman and you date a woman because who she is, you're bi. If you're a sapiosexual woman who would date a smart woman, you're bi. Am I wrong about this? No, I don't feel like I am. So this is where we have blurred lines in these conversations because of all of the sub conversations, the genderless, born that way conversation. Okay, cool. I don't even give a damn about that. But now we talk about genderless kids. You can only a person who is part of that community is part of that argument. A straight person wouldn't even think to do that, which means you're birthing this kid into how you believe. And someone correct me if I'm wrong, which this is just you can't correct me if I'm wrong on this because I'm not wrong on this. So this is my opinion. There's no fact to support this or deny it. So you can't correct me on this. I believe that a person who would raise their kid or genderless child, I believe they also would um semi coach them away from what they are born as because you didn't recognize it on when they were born. So you might are you sure them when they're yeah, I'm a boy. What do you mean? Like you sure? I feel like you would try to coach them into your lifestyle because it's your lifestyle. If your child wants to grow up and do what you did and um change their way of thinking about life. I'm not talking about your sexuality. I'm talking about this particular kids being born, not they're this you got this from how you feel as an adult. If you was born gay, you weren't born with that thinking. This is new. I'll get you let you have you was born gay. You weren't born thinking that you weren't you your penis wasn't did it you're not a boy because you had a penis. You weren't born thinking that. No, you wasn't. You're not selling that one. Ain't no scientists, the evidence on that one. Like I said, y'all got other scientific. You wanted to say you was born gay. I'll even let you have it. There's some people that I know when they was kids. They're like, yo, kind of, and then they came up. So I'll let y'all have that one. I swear, you can't have no. You was born thinking that you was no, no. We're not doing that. So these are conversations that people have forced upon people and then don't want to have, like within the black culture. Okay, people, and when I say people, I'm not gonna put any specifics on it because nobody gonna want to hold this L for real. So people have a problem with homosexual or femininity. We ain't gonna say homosexuality. Femininity in men. People in the black culture have a problem with that, but they take it out on straight men. Why? Because they got to go to work. Because they don't want to get canceled. So straight men have to deal with women's actual problem with femininity in men. Straight men have to deal with it. Y'all call things that ain't feminine, feminine. You will say, um, let me give an example. Let me think. Oh, a guy arguing with you online is feminine. Well, I will argue with you about your son wearing a bonnet online. Who feminine? Me or him? If a guy is arguing online about your son wearing a bonnet, is we both feminine? Huh? Or did your son? Huh? So y'all gonna tell me that Kevin Samuels is feminine, but Saucy Santana not? Huh. Yeah, you can't say Saucy Santana feminine. So women have a problem with femininity in men, but they take it out on straight men because they know better. They know better. They got to go to work. You got to go to work. You got to earn some money, don't you? Better not say the wrong thing about actual feminine men. So you got to say it about straight men. Any problems that, like I said it, I keep saying it. I don't know how women haven't gotten canceled yet for how they play with sexuality still. I don't get it. Women are only people that can still play with sexuality and talk about it like it's negative. You must be gay. In an argument, though. Where is the man? I'm trying to tell y'all, it's gonna end up happening one day. Because this is what y'all gotta understand what's really happening. Women are relating this to gay men. So that means anytime let's call it bashing. We're gonna use the women's term. Bashing. So anytime a man is online bashing a woman and they say you must like men, then that means gay men bash women online. Right? Wrong. They don't. I'm trying to tell you, if you know a gay person, a gay person is trying to get content out, I got a strategy for him. He will be the biggest content creator on planet Earth. I promise. Got a gay friend that's funny that he need to make content? I'm going to give him a lane. I promise he'll blow up. He's going to be the biggest in the world. I guarantee you, if he listens to my advice right here, all you got to do is get on the videos and start dissing women. Let me tell you how you're going to be the biggest content creator in the world. Because women already act like you exist. You're going to be a household name. When men say when straight men who are heterosexual men say stuff about women, they be like, you must like men. So if you, as a gay dude, do it, you'll be the person that they can now reference. Let's think of a name. Let's do that was on what's the name? Gary with the T. If Gary with the T start doing videos about women, reacting to videos, all these bitches delusional, you ain't gonna get no high value man, all that stuff. Gary with the T start doing it. Now when another straight man does it, they gonna say, you must be one of them Gary with the T's. You see what I'm saying? Because they can't talk about gay men. They don't. So all of their problems with homosexuality, they take it out on straight men. If you listen to women talk, they got a problem with femininity in men. They don't like it. They don't like it. They don't even like it in themselves. They say I'm masculine because I had to pay bills. But these men is feminine. Okay. Tell them. Tell the ones that's gay that they're feminine. I dare you. I absolutely, positively dare you. Y'all turn dumb shit into femininity. Oh, these guys, you want to pay 50 on bills? Oh, you want them feminine men. Yeah, okay. But go tell a gay dude that's paying all of the bills that he's feminine. Go tell him then. I dare you. I triple dog dare you. You're gonna get canceled. You better have a backup plan for your job. They're gonna cancel that ass. That's what's gonna happen to you. I promise. No ifs, ands, or buts around it. So, like I said, LGBTQ plus people online have been using that term correctly the whole time. It took me till yesterday to realize it. The term phobia, I will never say you're misusing the term phobia. I will never say that again. I've said it. I'm guilty of what being one of the people to say y'all misusing the term phobia. Hell yeah, I've said it. I will never say it again because it's fear. People are scared of what will happen to them if they don't respect pronouns. Because your pronouns ain't never did nothing to earn respect. What has your pronouns done to earn my respect? Anybody's respect? Nothing. But I don't want to get fired. I want to make content. I get if I say the wrong thing, community strike, warning, violation, no monetization. I ain't monetized, but I'm saying people are scared. So they are scared. They were people trans people was right the whole time. It's a phobia. They're scared of what'll happen if they don't. Because people have liberal views of them, people have conservative views of themselves if they straight. They may be liberal because they cool with you. They have conservative views of themselves. And people are now being asked to have liberal views of themselves. Like I said, they changed the definition of heterosexuality. Why? Like I said, I've never heard or seen a trans person agree with that. I don't think they agree with that. And if they did, that would automatically put them not in the T. You're not the T anymore if you're heterosexual. But that's always going to be the conversation that blurs the lines. I feel like people should just understand how straight people feel and stop trying to force it. You can't tell straight people what's straight. You can't tell a straight person how to feel or think if they see a trans woman, okay, with a guy. You can't tell straight people to not feel like he's gay. You can try to twist that conversation on you. So are you what are you saying about the you're not about to change it ever. You can fire everybody on planet Earth. They're just gonna be jobless with this feeling. You're not gonna change that. That will never change. How a straight person will view a guy if he's romantically with a trans person. It's never gonna change how they feel about him. You could say he's heterosexual all he want. He could say he's heterosexual all he want. He could fight people for saying he's gay. Do whatever you got to do, but it's never gonna change. That's never gonna change, and people shouldn't even try to change it. And we now, like I said, some of the stuff, like I said at the very beginning of this, you're not that different. And some of the stuff, like okay, if you're straight, you don't get to your sex life isn't a factor in your life unless you sell it in some type of way or you're a sex worker or something like that. But like if you work a job, your sex life isn't part of your job. It's actually nobody's business. So I feel like it's a lot of people who wouldn't have anything to talk about if they weren't talking about something that they pretty much brought on themselves by broadcasting. Now, if you are trans, I'm not talking to you about this particular thing. I'm talking about like gay people who are flamboyant. A lot of you choose to be like this. I shouldn't have to tone down my who I am. Okay. People shouldn't have to cut their dreads or whatever to get jobs and cut their beards and cut their this, that, and the third and not wear certain type of thing. Some of these women will be having them lashes. They don't have that at their job. Some of them do, but a lot of them don't put them on at their job. But then if somebody tells you not to be as flamboyant, you saying what? That's discriminating against you. This is the topic that's always gonna ruffle feathers because people don't want to have it. I just seen a Victor Bout guy say that when Brittany Griner got arrested, somebody told him this is your ticket home. He talked about how he's seen guys get reassignment surgeries and start getting preferential treatment. We all know about what's going on in the prison system, right? Uh, People trading. I ain't gonna call it trading. People changing genders, and then in pregnancy happened in the female prisons. Pregnancy. Once they started involving it in the prison system, it's a game for guys now. You locked up for life. You're never gonna get none no more. Just say you're a woman. Go to the female prison and get some. You think all these y'all know better than that. Y'all know better than that. So this is one of these conversations where it's forced on you. We live in the fastest world. You believe it or you're gonna get canceled. But most people don't even believe it. It's not respect. It's not respect at all. Respect is not what's got people calling you um a woman and because your chance. It's not respect. You see what happened with Twitter once they took the leash off white people, the hard ER came. This is kind of how people feel. And we, you know what I'm saying? Like, reason why I bring up that hate speech and free speech thing, a lot of, I ain't gonna say a lot, some of the quote unquote hate speech that people receive has come from opinions being forced on them. And like I said, I heard a gay person talking about their issues with trans people. And he could say more. I'm telling y'all, better take my advice. You'll be the biggest in the world. In the world, Craig, the biggest, sis, the biggest. There will be not a bigger content creator than you. Just if you funny, you get the world. So people need to understand this. People don't care about you. And that is a thing that, listen, that's not a bad thing. That should be a, listen, people not caring about you is something that will push a lot of people to do bad things to themselves, right? But the thing about that is the it's almost oxymoronic, but it's not moronic at all. So it's ironic. The ironic thing about people not caring about you, pushing people to do things to themselves, unlive themselves, things of that nature, is that understanding that people not that don't care about you is what will also prevent you from doing things like that. Because then you won't be offended by the things people say to you. You'll know they don't care. And they're not supposed to. They shouldn't have to. Are we saying people can disrespect you openly? No. But what I'm saying is the things that a lot of people want respect for, people don't respect, and you're trying to force it on them. It's people who've lived their whole life. This conversation, yeah, there's been trans people for years, but this conversation just got popular to people. It just got 72 genders a few years ago. Let's stop playing, y'all. Let's be real with each other. It just got 72. Like the 70 popped up. Like the 70 is new. The 70 is new. The 70 genders that's new. They can't be older than how old is them? They going how old is the 70 genders going to be on their next birthday? 3, 4? How old? Some of them just is like not even a year old. Right? They're making up new stuff. And the reason why they're making up new genders and new stuff is because this conversation doesn't be had with isn't had with straight people and then people of the community. It's all, oh, I'm offended. Okay, then what? Now let's get past that and now let's have a solution to this thing. Especially in our culture, black culture. Because okay, a lot of men not being in the home leads to femininity in men. However, we're not even allowed to talk about the femininity in men like it's not a good thing. So now what does that also do? That means we can't speak about the full importance of a father because we're acting like one of the results of him not being there isn't bad. And that's a conversation that straight people need to have. But if straight people have that conversation, people are going to hear it and say it's offensive. But we ain't even talking to you or about you. Well, kind of talking about you. We're talking to you. So when that conversation is had, people will say, "Oh, so you're saying being gay is a bad thing?" If it's a result, yeah. I think the women who are gay because men ain't shit. Yep. Being gay is a bad thing for them because that means they were pushed that way. I think the people who were gay because they were touched as a little kid, which is a lot of people like, I respect y'all for this. It's not picking on y'all or anything. People were touched as a little kid and then now they're homosexual. That's a bad thing. Yep. Being gay is bad for them because they probably wouldn't have did it had they never been touched as a little kid. So if it's something that pushed you into being that, yeah, I think it's bad. Yep, I sure do. And you should too. So our culture can't even have the conversation because of people listening that don't even give a damn interjecting. We gotta have a conversation. Everybody gotta have a conversation. Everybody gotta have a conversation. And like I said before earlier in this video, some people of that community don't even want to represent for that community. Like Hope Giselle don't want to represent trans people. Hope Giselle's never gonna get on a panel and represent trans America other than just being trans on a panel. Unless it's people 100% all in the same thing. Hope Giselle needs a 100% safe space. You know what I'm saying? So, and them is the type of people running their mouth. If you don't even got the confidence to come and speak for trans people, you shut your ass up. There's a lot of trans people that come and speak for themselves. Hope Giselle not one of them. So ain't. So if you're wondering where Hope Giselle went, that's where. People found out Hope Giselle is trans and Hope Giselle don't want to be trans. I don't mean it like that, but I mean in a sense of Hope Giselle don't want to be trans in defense of trans. You Hope Giselle don't want to have to speak for trans people. Hope Giselle just wants to speak for women in general. Hope Giselle was like what trans people wanted. Hope Giselle wants to be what trans people want to be. Just 100% accept it as what they recognize. Stop calling yourself trans then. That's the case. They already tried to do it. Oh, that's what it is. Oh, that's why they put trans as heterosexual. They trying to like, okay, I get it. Never mind. I fully get it now. Okay. So we're gonna come back with this because somebody has to talk about this. I would love to talk to a member of the LGBTQ plus about this. Like I said, this ain't no damn rant, disrespecting y'all, none of that. This is a conversation and everybody needs to have it. Whole world, whole entire planet, and not duck it and say, "Oh, I'm accountable," or not accountable. Oh, I'm offended. No, no, you're not. No, you're not. Sit your ass down. Shut up. Keep talking. Keep listening. If you're offended, interject why, correct it, and then move on to let's keep having the conversation. Especially the part where you're trying to sell straight people while being straight, because that's where the biggest blurred line comes in at. Because that's where it's gonna be like, are you trying to say you're not a woman? Like I said, people don't want to have this conversation. They don't have to deal with it. They don't have to deal with it. They don't have to deal with the reality of this conversation. People want to work. And I'm gonna say this again before I'm done for real, really. Um, I ain't never heard LeBron James refer to Zaya Wade ever, and that's a particular subject right now too. I really need to talk about this. Let's not talk about Zaya Wade, who's a boy. Let's be clear, and that is not miss nothing because Zaya Wade does not have no type of corrective nothing. Zaya Wade is actually a little boy that y'all said is trans. That is not a trans person. That's a little boy. I'm not saying that the misgender, not respecting pronouns. I'm not respecting you saying that you're something that you actually not even that. Zaywade is not a trans person. Zaywade is not trans. Zaywade is not trans. Period. Because you said Zaywade is Zaywade is trans. Zaywade not trans. And then I'm gonna tell you what Zaywade is though. A marketing tool. Zaywade, people listen, man. Why is Zaywade the face of child reconstructive? What is the proper term for it? Reassignment surgery. It's always a black kid, a black person that's a guinea pig for something. There's no white celebrities that's kids that's out here like this. It's people who listen. This is what pisses me off. People don't even be having their kids out here like that. Like it's a lot of celebrities, and a lot of them you don't even know their kids. You never seen their kids. It's a lot of people you never seen their kids. You don't be seeing their kids. Like we talk about Future's 10 kids. You don't be seeing Future's 10 kids. But you see Dwayne child. You ain't never see them kids before. That's what I'm saying. You knew we had the kids, but now you always see Zaya. Why? The same reason why Victor Bout felt like Brittany Grinder was a ticket home. Because this has become and a lot of stuff could be avoided by trans people by not trying to force certain stuff on people. Because y'all ain't gonna wanna accept the L when it's for you to hold. Example, Daphne Dormant. Is that the name? Is Daphne Dorman the name of the trans person that unlived themselves? Dave Chappelle's friend? Daphne Dorman's blood is on the LGBTQ plus's hands. all for y'all's thirst to cancel Dave Chappelle. You canceled one of your own and still tried to blame it on Dave. No, that was on y'all. Daphne Dorman already felt marginalized by straight people, probably, and was in the community feeling accepted. And once y'all turned your back on Daphne over Dave, over jokes. Oh, it's not funny. It's not a joke. Okay, whatever. Over jokes that weren't funny, that are offensive. Offensive jokes. Over offensive jokes, you turned your back on one of your own. And what does that leave Daphne Dorman? Feeling marginalized by a community of straight people who probably weren't even marginalized, but maybe were. I ain't gonna um downplay what Daphne was going through. But felt marginalized by straight people, so we're gonna make us hold the L too. Felt marginalized by straight people, and but now felt marginalized by gay people and trans people too. Daphne Dorman felt like they had no friends and unlived. But that's your fault. All over wanting to do something that you could not do. Cancel Dave Chappelle. Don't watch it. You know how many black people, let's do it like this. How many black people have never watched any one of those videos of police things? How many people don't watch them? You might be people never seen the George Floyd thing. They know what happened. They heard about it. They never seen it. They never seen Tamir Rice. They never seen Eric Gardner. They never seen Flinline Castle. Flinline Castile. Respectfully, my bad. It's so many names that it's hard to get them right sometimes. It's messed up, right? But it's people who've never seen any of those videos because they don't want to be triggered. They don't want to see it or they don't want to be upset about it. If they know what happened, why would they watch it? It's just going to upset them even more. And that's our internet culture. People who rush to be offended about something. But like I said, I will never say that phobia is being misused again because it's not. People are scared of the consequences. It's not respect, it's fear. People fear your pronouns. It's not respect, it's intimidation. Just because you intimidate, that doesn't mean you getting respect out of people. Like bullies aren't necessarily respected. They're feared. Is the bully respected or feared? Do they respect Debo? Craig didn't respect Debo. He didn't respect Debo. He barely even, I don't even think he really even feared him. But he was intimidated by him. Look up the definition of intimidation. It's not what these women online be saying. Men are intimidated by my this, that, my success, all that shit. No, that's not the real definition. The definition of intimidation, you have to get your way by this. Your pronouns are getting respected, aren't they? No, they're being feared. It's intimidation. People are intimidated by your pronouns. They're intimidated. They don't respect them. And this is a conversation within our culture, especially some of the things I said, um, that needs to be had within a. When I say within our culture, the world culture. because people are who they are. If you gay, you gay. But a lot of these sub conversations, some of it is ridiculous, first of all. Some of it just needs clarity. And the biggest one is the trans conversation. It needs clarity. Starting with can't tell straight people how to be straight. I will iron out a lot of the stuff. If y'all just understood, respected straight people's beliefs and feelings, then a lot of the stuff wouldn't even be stuff. It's like, okay, we're not gonna change how they feel about that. So we'll just okay, we'll do this instead of trying to make them be like this. It's just instead of trying to force people to be away. If you knew they were never gonna not be that way, you know how to go around that. Because it's not gonna change. That's the one thing for sure that's not gonna change. You could tell people they can respect your pronouns, they can do all of the things in the entire world. Every list, everything that the LGBTQ plus community wants done to feel like they're 1,000,000% accepted by everybody. You can do all of that, and you will not change how uh, people who are straight feel when they see someone trans with someone that is a different gender than what they as the trans person is. If you are a trans man with a woman, we as straight people are going to look at that woman as bi or lesbian. That may offend you, but it will never change. You're just going to be offended forever. You can't change that. If you believe in any type of higher power, then that's how they designed it. If you don't, whatever you believe in, that's how it was created. And you believe you were born away, well, people were born feeling an opposite way. And just how you want people to accept how you feel, you need to start accepting how other people feel and avoiding certain topics so you don't even feel offended by it. And the topics that can't be avoided, they need to be addressed. You already know how straight people feel. The ones that you would call homophobic or transphobic. They're that then. But it's not gonna change how they feel. It's not gonna make your life any easier by calling them that. But it would make your life easier by understanding some of the things you call phobia, misgendering. Don't ask to be called something. People put themselves in certain situations, especially when people are online, saying disparaging things about people. They're gonna clap at you. This is what's gonna happen online. Like Hope Giselle. When this, oh, you know what? Then this is what I'm saying. It's another thing about the whole entire black women have a problem with femininity. Hope Giselle proved my entire point with the clapback to Umar Johnson. Hope Giselle talked about turning Umar Johnson on in a negative way. Now, if you want the world to accept you as a woman, then you can't be talking to men about turning them on like it's bad. Now, I know why you did that, and you know why you did that. But when people address why you did that in a straight community, it's transphobia. You talked about liking you as a man as a bad thing. Why? Because of optics or because of the reality of what you know about your boyfriend? Your boyfriend is bisexual or gay. There's not a straight person that won't say that. Oh, he's a fighter. He's big and strong. He'll beat him up, huh? He'll beat him up. And then what? Is that gonna after the fight? What's gonna be? He's straight now because he won that fight. Still gay. Gay people can fight. So what are we doing? I'll tell you what we're doing. We're being offended by a topic. We're being offended by a topic. What we doing? And it should be addressed. It should be addressed by the whole world. I see these TikToks. See like a little kid. Little kid turns on the camera and starts to like mimic a dance. You could tell that the little kid, like the mom wasn't even paying no attention. The little kid turned the camera on and began to like emulate one of the TikTok dances. I don't remember exactly the dance, but why did I say that? Because there's only one section of the world that seems to think kids aren't influenced by the things that they see. I almost didn't talk about this. I almost missed this. And this is probably the most important thing in the world. There's only one section of people that think kids aren't influenced by the things that they see. It's only one. It's only one community and group of people that think kids aren't influenced by the things that they see. Where was the LGBTQ plus when Luke was out? When the parental advisory warnings started getting printed on stuff? When they first came at Fortnite, GTA, where's the LGBTQ plus community? People needed y'all help. To say kids aren't influenced by what they see. What? Kids being influenced by what they see, huh? Why would they be that? That is probably the main thing that has now become a blurred line in this conversation that people can't and won't talk about because someone will say they're offended. Well, mother effer, I'm a parent. So you can take your offense and shove it. So you're gonna have a conversation or you're gonna shut up. But don't just gonna tell me that you're offended. So what? We still talking about these kids now. So that is the biggest blurred line that we have now. Because these marketing companies seem to feel like there's a market. It must be. I want to see the numbers. And while you're showing me the numbers, I don't know why. Listen, because there's gay in everything. If you look at your kids' shoes, a lot of them have those rainbow colors. The backpacks be rainbow colors. They got gay people in all of the cartoons and all these things. So there's a market for being gay, but why isn't there one for in the WNBA? Where's the money going? It's a lot of it's a lot of LGBTQ plus members in in WNBA. If it's such a market in being gay, why aren't they putting money up towards them? The NBA shouldn't have to fund that league. It should be funded another way. The cancel culture needs to be funding the WNBA. That's who needs to fund the WNBA, the cancel culture. Are the people who's getting paid off sexuality. All the promoters that save money on not booking the baby, y'all don't count LeBron James' pocket. Count somebody's pockets that said something bad about LGBTQ plus and then lost some money. Count their pockets. Go get money from the people who save money on them. That's a noble idea, right? That's the reason why Anthony Edwards ain't get canceled. Anthony Edwards had a winner. Anthony Edwards went on a homophobic rant for real. Didn't miss a game. Why? Because the league know there's no market in it. The league knows LGBTQ plus don't give them a damn dollar. LGBT plus doesn't make or break them. They need to kick in. Don't say nothing to the people that's covering your slack. So our players can say whatever the hell they want. We'll handle them behind the scenes. We'll tell them, but your ass ain't gonna cancel one of ours. You ain't gonna affect our money because you are already affecting our money because we're supporting a lot of y'all members already. We already support. So what y'all want Anthony Edwards to do? Donate to the community? He already do. To the NBA. But y'all don't. So that's why NBA player didn't get canceled for a homophobic rant because the league know there ain't no market in it. The rest of the world don't know. So they go into this cancel shit because they're not really spending the money. So we fall in line with this cancel shit when it's really not making nobody no money. Like I said, start paying attention to y'all's kids' backpacks and shoes and shit. When you go to the store, start looking around at the clothes. Look how many of them rainbows is on your kids' stuff. But kids aren't influenced by what they see and all that stuff. Of course not. But meanwhile, I'm about to pull it back up. I hate to even put this in here because a lot of people are feel like they're a lot of people feel like that a lot of people don't like or feel offended about the conversation of being gay blended with child sexuality. It's not like you're a pedophile if you're gay. No, not at all. Not at all. Absolutely not. We're not going there. But what we are saying is that these people are targeting your kids. So to say that kids aren't influenced by what they see, they are. And it's clear that these moderators are being trained, watching images of your kid being naked or being abused. You should, by y'all's logic, you could show this stuff to your kids. These images that they're being trained with of kids naked or being abused, you could show that to your kid. They're not being influenced by what they see. Right? But meanwhile, when we had like I said, we're gonna pull this back up, pulling all this stuff back up. This video right here, this right here. Let me show y'all. 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 Again, every single response in this comment was about this little girl must have had something done to her. You know, did she see it done or was it done? Now, people think that if something happens to you, that it affect, and I 100% agree with them. We're not disagreeing at all on this particular subject. People's response to this was something happened to her. Nobody talked about the little boy. Nobody said anything about him, but they said something happened to her. They never said she seen something. They never said she seen something because everybody was speculating. They might have been right. They probably were right about something happening to this child. but they never said that she seen something, which also was probably true. She seen that or seen it talked about. She heard it talked about. If it didn't happen to her, she heard it talked about. And the parents need to be investigated either way. Like I said, anybody that says something must have happened to her, I'm not agreeing with you at all. I'm actually agreeing with you. But my point is, the whole reason for bringing any of that up was the people who feel like kids aren't influenced by the things they see are the most irresponsible people in this entire conversation. These people are irresponsible. These are the people that really don't deserve to speak in the conversation. Like if you think kids aren't influenced by the things they see, then you probably shouldn't even be talking about kids, even if you got them. Especially if you got them. That means you shouldn't even be talking about them. You should just be listening about them. I had this whole conversation with somebody on one of my shows on Facebook. She said, and she was a bisexual woman. Said kids aren't influenced by what kids influenced by the things they see. Gave the whole stupid ass cliche argument, but then said she won't let her son have a phone. He's 11 or 12 or 13 or whatever, and he don't even got a phone because of social media. What? Why would what he see on social media matter? He's not influenced by any of this. So when it comes to defending her own sexuality, she'll lie. But when it comes to her son, she got a different feeling. She's parenting different than how she feels because she feels about herself this way as an adult. And she thinks that her child isn't old enough to make those type of decisions for himself. We won't go there. We won't go there. I think they need to lower the age of buying cigarettes. Liquor too. Why should you have to be 21 to buy liquor? You should be able to make this decision way younger, at least 18. 18, when you can buy cigarettes, you should be able to buy liquor. You're making the decision. You know what you want to do. So now I'm not old enough to do this. Mm-hmm. But I can say that I could be Zaya Wade and say what Dwayne Wade said. We knew at 2 years old. You don't even know the ABCs at 2 years old. You don't even know words. You don't know anything about anything at 2 years old. If at 2 years old you started giving Zaya Wade karate training, Zaya Wade would be a black belt. And you're telling me at 2 years old Zaya Wade is a girl. Isaiah Wade says Zaya Wade's a girl. Zaya Wade not no girl. And once again, that ain't no misgendering or miss or no pronoun shit. Zaya Wade's a boy. No reassignment. No, none of that shit. Just a celebrity stunt. That's all it is. Zaya Wade's a boy. Zion is a boy with a name change. I respect the name change, but ain't nothing else changed. You want me to respect everything. I respect a name change. You're Zaya Wade. But that don't make you a girl. You don't got nothing else. I'm sure at 18 years old, Zaya Wade is gonna follow through with this celebrity stunt that they're pulling. However, you're not no girl. Zaya Wade, the boy, formerly Zion Wade, the boy. Zaya Wade, the boy that wears wigs and dresses and shit. You're no different than Saucy Santana. That's a boy, a man. It's not no girl. Saucy Santana not no girl, right? Saucy Santana not trans. Saucy Santana's a man, right? Zaya Wade's a man. Zaya Wade don't got no none of that. But if you look on the internet, they reassigned Zaya Wade digitally. Zaya Wade is the first digital reassignment. You look online and say this, that. That's money talking. That's rich parents. You ain't none of that. But for people to have their yo adult ass, yo adult trans ass, or yo adult gay ass, gonna sit up and accept that. Every gay person don't accept that shit, and that's the whole point. It be gay people that stay out of certain conversations. At least it's shit that I just said in this video that gay people don't even touch, that they agree with though. Like I said, I ain't went on no damn rant. This ain't no damn homophobic rant. It's stuff that I said about trans people that gay people agree with. I heard it. If I could remember the what's the name, I'll pull that up. I heard a gay dude say it. I guess he was transphobic too, huh? Okay. Well, that's inner beef. That's y'all's beef. But he's only speaking as a human being. He gay, but he's still a man. So I guess he was gay misogyny. Is there some type of gay misogyny? There's black misogyny. Is there gay misogyny? That exists? Is that a thing? Do I gotta look that up to find it? Is that a thing, ladies? Make it up. If it is, y'all make up everything else. Gay misogyny. Gay men that's like still misogynist. Gay men that's is the gay. I'm gonna make y'all beef with each other. Is the gay dudes that got a problem with trans people? Is that misogyny? Like, because if it's a man doing it, it's misogyny, right? And phobia. Misogyny and phobia, right? It's all that. Misogynophobia. And then, but if it's a gay dude doing it, it's the same thing, right? So it's like, it's still misogyny, but it's just gay misogyny. I'm about to make that a term. Y'all making up terms. I got my own terms. Gay misogyny. So if you gay and you got a problem with trans people, you are gay. You're a gay misogynist. I'm gonna start making up catchphrases too, man. You gotta get this stuff rolling. We gotta get the bar rolling with these catchphrases. So you're a gay misogynist, bro. That guy that I was listening to talk about he got a term with trans people. They're really masculine as hell. He was talking about them being masculine and the different things, because he's gay. He hang out with them, but he got a problem. So, but yeah, that's because he's gay masculinity. Gay masculinity. Gay misogyny. My bad. It's gay misogyny, right? Because now anybody that's got a problem with anything is a catchphrase. And now start calling black men anti-black for complaining about black issues. So that's gay misogyny for gay people that have a problem with these conversations. If you gay, but you got a problem with all of this genderless stuff, you gay misogyny. Or gay misandrous doesn't exist to y'all. That isn't even a thing. So we won't even use that term. But so we're just gonna stick to the gay dudes. That's gay misogyny. You're gay and you're misogynist. So you gay, but you still couldn't suppress the need to want to oppress women, right? Right. So you got a problem with women because you a man, even though you're gay. And then you got a problem with women anyway because you are gay. So you got a problem with women anyway. So only reason I'm really just joking. I'm not joking. I'm joking about the term, but I mean what I'm saying about the people who have the issue. And that's because everything's being forced on everybody. And people feel like they got to accept all type of stuff just because they are part of the community. They got to just go along with all of the speech. Like, come on, man, this is whack. Seen a video the other day. I couldn't even sit through her talking because anytime she's bringing up a man, she's got to air quote the man. When she bring up women are not a social construct. We're not a monolith. It's just all the catchphrase things. Like she couldn't even speak. She couldn't even, and she wasn't a bad content creator at all. I forget her name, but she's like, she couldn't even talk because she had to segue everything and air quote everything with all of these whole cliche ass terms. And it's weird. Like I said, it needs to be heard. Anybody gonna watch this? I ain't gonna say ain't nobody gonna watch it, but people ain't enough people gonna watch it that need to watch it. The conversation needs to be had. I don't give a damn if you don't watch it. Take the content and go to your own space where more people watching. Go steal my stuff and say, as long as it's being said, I don't care about the views. As long as the conversation being had and not in a way where people say, oh, I'm offended. No, you're not. Shut that ass up. Okay, if you offended, shut up. Bring somebody else in that's not offended. We can just have a conversation where nobody feeling like they're getting attacked or you're attacking me. Or you must be this and throwing all the names and insults and stupid shit. No. That's the end of it, yo. I said, I ain't gonna never say that the term is being misused of phobia. It's fear. People fear the consequences of not the people who are attacking. Listen, the people who respecting your pronouns are the ones who are homophobic because a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them just do it because of the consequences. Look at these churches, yo. Look at these ministers. The LGBTQ plus communities, I've said it and I'm gonna keep saying it and I'm gonna mean it until forever. They replace God. Look at these preachers. Preachers better not say nothing crazy. Y'all make too much money. So they want to keep their money flow coming in. Just seeing TD Jakes. Yo, y'all better hope it ain't no God. You going to hell, TD. Marvin Sapp, Creflo, all this stuff. Because they can't say nothing other than we accept everybody. Oh, we love everybody. Oh, yeah, because you make millions. I love everybody too if I was worth $100 million. How many people have paid you? I love everybody. If y'all, if I got $100 million off tithes and offerings, that means people are giving you money. I love everybody. If I was rich because people was giving me money, I had to grind for it or nothing. I guess the ministry is a little bit of a grind. He was grinding, but you giving it to me? Hell yeah, I love everybody. I accept everybody. Especially if me saying that I don't gonna stop my money flow. If I say I don't accept it, if I done made $100 million, and then me saying that I don't respect you means I'm not gonna make the 100. A lot of people are gonna keep making the 100, and they're ministers. But like I said about Brian and Tom Brady, and them, most people who have a problem with the issue who make a lot of money ain't gonna never speak on it. You know how Brian feels through Bronny. Somebody asked him, was he dating Dale, Zaya Wade, and he didn't like the comment. He handled it. He didn't say nothing that could get him canceled, but he didn't like the comment. He responded to it in a negative way. That was a disrespectful joke, but his response goes to show you that the James family ain't with all that. That's LeBron James Jr. Not saying everything he say his daddy feels, but at the end of the day, I've never heard Brian refer to that kid as anything, and I think I know why. So I just did a whole hour and a half video live about it. I know why I never heard LeBron James refer to Zay Wade. He don't respect it. He don't respect it. How does Tom Brady feel about the LGBT plus community? I never heard him speak on it. You? You heard Tom Brady speak on the LGBT plus community? I haven't. I don't think he with it. And I think he can't say that he's not. And listen, this is how you know he is. Tom Brady's a Republican. He's conservative. You know, okay. So blend in conservative with never even speaking on the issue. I mean, he got a problem with it. And a lot of people do, but they just can't say anything. See, like now a lot of people make money off their content so they can say whatever the hell they want, kinda. But the people who just work can't. So it's fear. They fear the consequences. But your pronouns haven't done anything to earn anybody's respect. Most of them haven't. That's it. I'll be good. Share this, man. People need to talk about this. This needs to be a conversation that needs to be had by everybody instead of ducking it because it's not going away. People are not gonna stop being gay, and people are not gonna stop being straight, and people are not gonna stop having no issues with homosexuality, transsexuality. And the only thing people are doing is just labeling people, getting people um fired from their jobs, and then making up new definitions of genders and sexualities. Like, yo, no, address the issues. Stop ducking and labeling people. That's it.